Welcome to the Toastmasters for Hyderabad Entrepreneurs Club Free Charter Meeting number 4. The meeting by starting with the mission of our club. Mission of our club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. The values of Toastmasters program are respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Let us exhibit our commitment to this by taking by Toastmasters promise. All Toastmasters in the virtual room, please raise your right hand and kept it on the heart and say I do when I complete reading the promise. As a member of Toastmasters Internal and my Toastmaster Club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assessments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidance and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you so much all. Let me explain some basic rules of this meeting. Please turn on all noise making devices into silent mode. Please clap whenever the control is transferred. You can use virtual option to do so. Please check for your audio and video connection before speaking. Please stay muted if you are not on any role which may distract the speaker. If you face any technical glitch, contact Zoom Master. Please refrain from speaking on sex, politics, and religion in any derogatory manner. Please keep your video on throughout the meeting. Everyone present in the meeting will have to follow these rules. We welcome all the guests today and shall ensure you enjoy today's meeting. I would like to invite President Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Indira, for good start of the meeting. Once again, I welcome all the guests, role players, and guests for today. For the benefit of non-Toastmasters, I would like to reiterate what Toastmasters is all about. Toastmasters is a self-paced learning program in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills spread across 144 countries with more than 3 lakh people as members who are from various sectors and developed their communication and leadership skills. Today, we have our 42nd meeting, which is going on with the theme of Roses Are Pink and Sky is Blue. Before we move ahead and pass the control to the Toastmaster of the day, I welcome all the guest role players, and eventually we will be introducing you at your role play. At the same time, we will collect your feedback at the end of the meeting. Today, I see guest Satya and guest Toastmaster Subhadra. Can I request you to please give your introduction, guest Satya?
We also have Harish Kalpana.
Okay, yes. Satya, are you able to unmute yourself and speak?
Yeah, my name is Satya. I am housewife.
Okay.
Nicola Joe is referred to this group.
Okay. Welcome, ma'am. I hope you will enjoy today, and we'll come back to you at the end and take your feedback. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Tonight. May I request guest Harish to please Unmute yourself.
Good evening, all.
Hi. Hi, Harish.
And I'm a student of degree.
Okay.
Yeah, I joined here to learn speaking skills and entrepreneur skills. So I'm very happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Harish, for joining us. And we'll come back to you at later part of the meeting to collect feedback. May I request visiting Toastmaster Subhadra to please unmute yourself and introduce.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As you can see, my name is Shubhadra. I'm a member of newly chartered Coastline Toastmasters Club, and the club is in Division F and Area 4. I came to know about this particular meeting through the World Toastmasters WhatsApp group. So I thought, okay, let me attend and learn what is all about entrepreneurship in Toastmasters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subhadra. With this, we would like to pass on with the proceeding of the meeting. Today, we have one renovative speaker and veteran Toastmaster from our club who is going to talk about her opinion about why roses are pink and why sky is blue. With this, I would like to welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sonia. Over to you, Toastmaster Sonia.
Thank you, Kalpana. I guess I said you will get the aura when you're old. That is why you use the word veteran in front of me to tell everybody that I'm already old. Jokes apart, thank you very much for welcoming me. And yes, the topic today is very interesting. And the topic, as you all know, you can see at my background, roses are pink and sky is blue. And we don't need to have kids to have this question. Whenever you go to a shopping mall, whenever you go anywhere else, you see these questions arising. You see girls going for pink, boys going for blue. And it led me to think about it. What and why should boys have blue? Why should girls have pink? And what is the reason behind it? And today, this is what we are going to do. Just let me know if you can see my screen properly. Not the tabs below. Kindly ignore that. Okay. There is a very famous scene in the movie called Pyar Ka Panchnama. I don't know how many of you have seen that. Pyar Ka Panchnama 2, in which the lead female character talks about the various shades of pink she owns, like salmon pink, old rose pink, carnation pink, hot pink, magenta pink, baby pink. Anshul, the male lead character of the movie, is wearing a dark blue and a light blue colored t-shirt and is confused and pissed. Today, when I think about this question and when this scene comes to my mind, I really want to salute to the production or to the director of this movie to have this scene so formatted so beautifully. Now, as I said, if you ever go to a shopping mall, especially in the infant section, you will see a clear pattern of colors that are usually available, right? Pink is for girls. If you have a girl, you'll get a pink color. If you have a boy, you'll get a blue color. Look at this image. Pink looks more vibrant, stronger, and authoritative, thus representing qualities of a masculine trait, as compared to blue that looks calm and relaxed. This immediately triggers a question. If this is so, if pink is showing colors or traits of a masculine that are associated to a masculine quality, why is it that we associate pink to girls, right? Why pink for girls and blue for boys? This has not been there since Adam. It was a little different. This distinction is actually not created by anybody else, but by the society, and it does not have any scientific basis to it. Just to give you an hint, once as we go ahead in this session, you will realize that all this, although it does not have a scientific side to it, it definitely has, or it is definitely associated to something that we all hate, but we are forced to watch, the advertisement world. And this was all brought into place by US somewhere in the 19th century. I know, a little boring. We go ahead, you'll like it, I agree. But before we move ahead, let me quickly take this time and hand over this virtual stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Noma from Zimbabwe. Good evening, Noma.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Great. Hand it over to you for the role players introduction.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I hope you can hear me clearly and you can see me. Okay. Thank you very much for the invitation. My role tonight as a general evaluator is to observe the proceedings of the meeting. I'll look at the areas that you have done so well as a club, and I will applaud you for those areas. I'll also look at the areas that I feel we may need to challenge ourselves to move up as a club. I will then give my report, but I will not be working by myself. I have a team of other role players that include the speech evaluators, timer, the grammarian, and the accountant. Do we have an accountant tonight?
Yeah, we do. Indira will be the accountant.
Okay, all right. So I'm not sure whether at this stage I should call my role players and ask them to introduce their roles, starting with the accountant and the grammarian and then the timer.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. I'm Toastmaster India. My role as the accountant is to count the number of unnecessary sounds or repetitive words you may use when you are speaking at the meeting. I'll be observing and taking note of words such as you know, like, so, well, but these are filler words that affect the effectiveness of a speech. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report when called upon by the General Evaluator. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. I look forward to speeches without those filler words such as My next role player is the timer. Is the timer in the room?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll ask my timer to introduce their role tonight.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noma. So today I'm playing the role of timer. My role is very crucial to keep the meeting within time limits and to keep the watch on who is taking how much of time to play their role or give the prepared speeches. Now, whenever the speaker or the table topic speaker is qualifying for that speech, I'll change my background to green like this. And whenever they are about to reach the maximum time limit, I will change my background to yellow. Whenever they have reached the maximum time limit, until they are speaking, I will keep my background to red. So the minimum time for prepared speeches is 3 minutes and maximum is 5. For table topics, it is 1 and the maximum is 2 minutes. There's a grace period of 30 seconds. And that's all about it. Over to you, Toastmaster Noma.
Thank you very much. The reason why we time our speakers and all role players in Toastmasters is to teach us as leaders and entrepreneurs and wanna-be entrepreneurs to keep to time. So I look forward to keeping to time. My next role player is the grammarian. Do we have the grammarian tonight? And he will introduce also the word of the evening.
Yeah. Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and the idiom of the day too. So for today's meeting, the word of the day is, jeopardize. So jeopardize means to expose to danger or risk. And then the example of it, is I'm not about to jeopardize my job by asking all the kind of questions. And then here we go with the idiom of the day. Have bigger fish to fry. Means have other or more important matters to attend to. So the example of it is to have a more important or more interesting things to do or attend to. It's really not worth my time. I've got bigger fish to fry. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I'll give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of this word of the day and the idiom of the day. Thank you, Mr. or Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. I hope we will use the word of the day and then practice using that word of the day in our jobs, in our everyday language, and even in business. We do not want to jeopardize our speeches by not using the word of the day. Thank you very much. Also, I have speech evaluators. Shall I introduce them now, or am I going to introduce? Please confirm, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
It will be later. Baba.
I'll introduce them later. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Raju. I'll hand over controls back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General Evaluator. That was a wonderful session. And I especially like the way you were calling all the role players as my role players. That definitely added a very personal touch to each and every one of them. Okay, moving ahead with our theme. An article was published in New York Times in 1893 that stated a rule of thumb: always give pink for boys and blue for girls. This sounds strange to modern us and makes the gender reveal parties that we have everywhere these days a little confusing, doesn't it? As per the study in US, babies up to the age of 1 tend to like the primary colors, which is red and blue, more, while pink is one of their least favorite colors, only above gray and brown. But when a girl turns 2, she starts liking or starts selecting pink more, and when boys turn 4, they start rejecting pink more, which means that whatever we show them during this age frame is what they start associating themselves with. That eventually means that all the color distinctions that we have today is only man-made. But before we move ahead a little bit, let me try to answer a question. Has this color extinction been there since Adam? Let me show you a slide. This photo is from 1884 and shows a child wearing a white dress. Can anybody guess if this is a girl or a boy? Just one guess. You get one guess, one lucky person.
Girl.
Okay. The child, although looks like a girl, is actually the 32nd president, Mr. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. This is how the clothing back then were. They were created keeping the ease and practicality in mind. Boys and girls both wore the same dresses since it was easier to change their diapers. Color white was selected because they don't have a technology to avoid fabric fading, and it was easier to wash and bleach soiled white clothes. Also, the same clothes can be used irrespective of the gender as and when required. This brings us to our next question. When did these colors come into picture then? I will answer it, but let us move ahead with our prepared speeches section first. The prepared speakers are already waiting and have started getting a little bit anxious. Our first prepared speech is by Toastmaster Srisha, and she would be evaluated by Toastmaster Anto. I'll hand over the control to Toastmaster Anto to read out her objectives and also mention the timings for the
I
speech.
think speaker 1 is Kalpana.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that is the... Okay, I'm so sorry. Extremely sorry. I tend to forget. Age, veteran. Okay, so our first speaker is Toastmaster, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Kalpana, and she would be evaluated by Toastmaster Anto. I hope I'm correct.
Yes, you're correct.
Over to you, Anto.
Thanks, Toastmaster Sonia. So our speaker 1 today is attempting a project. The project is called Reflect Your Path. The objectives of the project are as follows. Reflect on his or her growth during the completion of this path and share some aspect of her growth during the completion of this path. Timer, please note the time allotted for this project is 10 to 12 minutes versus the regular 5 to 7 minutes. Wishing the speaker number 1 all the best. Go back to Toastmaster Sonia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anto. Let us welcome on this stage our presiding officer, my dear friend, and I'm speechless. Okay, Toastmaster Kalpana, my next junction, Toastmaster Kalpana.
The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. And the willingness to learn is a choice. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. I am an IT profession and a passionate classical dancer. I have my guru always telling me this in Telugu. He said, Chadiviti sakala shastramulella andali saramu grahinchiti. Anta vignanamu nerchukunna pimmata జ్ఞాన నేత్రంబు తెరిచి చూడ తెలుసుకుంటే నాకేమీ తెలియదని. He said he read all the Upanishads, Vedas, and understood the gist of it. And when he opened his wisdom eyes, he understood he was still an illiterate. What a beautiful saying. He said this, but as a child, I never used to understand. I used to think how someone can be educated but still be an illiterate. I was clearly able to understand this when I completed my first pathway, dynamic leadership. I was an introvert before joining Toastmasters, but after joining Toastmasters, I became an extrovert. Especially, I was able to learn to say no. Previously, I was never able to say no both in my personal and professional life. And after careful reading and understanding of my completion of my pathway, now I am able to respond rather than to react. And especially, I avoided all my problems in both my professional and personal life because I learned to say no. Now, after my first pathway was completed, I felt that as a leader, I have to immediately understand how to motivate my team members at professional and personal front. That is where I made a choice to select my second pathway, motivational strategies. While I was doing my first pathway, I had always fallen short of ideas to write my speeches, especially when I have to write at level 3 and 4 and 5. I always used to run back of my mentor to ask him for ideas. But surprisingly, when I started my second pathway, I proactively came up with ideas. So let me share my learnings at each level. At level 1, I started to experiment with humor in my speeches. I gave my icebreaker speech different hats I wear with a pinch of humor. that was successful, and all the audience of that speech appreciated my speech. I got confidence, and I roasted my Toastmaster journey in my second speech, talking about Toastmaster side effects. It was completely fun-filled speech. Then, in my third speech, I accidentally met a beautiful bird called Sultan, which was one of the macaw parrots. 2 days I could not sleep because it was a talking parrot and it was such a beautiful parrot. Then I did my research and presentation on this beautiful bird and its entire family of macaw parrots. And on January 26th, I gave a speech talking about the freedom of the loved ones. And I said, I love my bird so much that I want to keep it in jungle, do not want to pet it. This was my first level learning where I have given all my speeches with a touch of humor. Level 2, I have to talk about my communication skills and mentoring capabilities. I have choose to talk about a speech where I have added different perspective of my personal life, how I am a personal friend, how I am as a mother, and how I am as I talk about with my maid, and how I use different styles. At Bangalore Toastmasters Club, when I gave this speech, it was appreciated. And overall, I was able to motivate people saying that no matter what, no matter which situation, we can always be very soft while we pass our message and convey that in a polite way. But level 3, it was very hard for me because I have to give a connect of emotional intelligence speech. I prepared 3 speeches, but my mentor rejected all the 3 speeches, saying that they are not up to the mark. I felt very bad. But next time I wrote a 4th speech. And this speech, I connected myself with my car. How I felt every time I had a small accident onto my car, and how now at the moment I feel emotionally connected. Did my passion for car change or my priorities have changed? I could able to bring out this. And yes, that was one of the learning, that we have to come up with different ideas to meet up our emotions and intelligence, and same message has to be conveyed in a better way. When it came to level 4, I was able to see and understand different perspectives as a Toastmaster. And I have to motivate someone. For this, I have choose 3 members. 1, Toastmaster Sudhir, who was one of the non-active member of the club. 2, I have choose Toastmaster Ravi, who was also a non-active member of our club. And 3, I have choose Toastmaster Junaid, who was not a Toastmaster. And with my communication skills, I tried to impart and motivate them such that Toastmaster Sudhir completed his level 1. Toastmaster Ravi is working on his speech too. He could not complete level 1, but he renewed his membership and he is working on his second speech. And 3, Toastmaster Junaid, who was non-Toastmaster, converted himself into Toastmaster and successfully completed his icebreaker speech. This is where I gained confidence that I am able to motivate others. I choose to know my sense of humor and try to ensure with my humor and my learning, I'm able to motivate others so that they are able to achieve their goals. Now, I was able to complete this, but level 5, again, I have to do a team building activity. And my mentor challenged me to take something which I have never tried. This time I came up with a project to take up at my professional career, and I invited my office teammates into an impromptu segment. I took it as a team building activity, and I ensured that they are learning some of the impromptu skills of Toastmasters. I gathered team members, I took permission from my manager, and I trained them for 2 sessions, and finally was able to successfully conduct the impromptu segment. There were 12 participants and everybody came up with their speech, table topic speeches. I was really happy at the end of the segment. They all understood how many R's, ums, and different filler words they are using, including my manager. And this was my level 5 main project. And at level 5, I have also had an elective where I got a chance to conduct a panel discussion with veteran and international Toastmasters on why entrepreneur thinking is mandatory. This I did in my home club to encourage all the entrepreneurs so that they will understand why entrepreneurship is needed. So likewise, I have moved up to the level 5 and completed all my levels. So let me tell you, my dear friends, from the current pathway, I learned the following things. 1, to organize my thoughts. Before, I used to have many thoughts, but now I understood out of many thoughts which are important to be presented. 2, to prioritize my thought based upon the audience. Now I understand who are my audience, whether they are Toastmaster, non-Toastmaster, we are personal friends or on the professional front. And then I'm able to present those thoughts and based upon the audience. 3, to speak on priority considering the available time. Now, every time I have the clock going in my mind, I see green, yellow, red cards in my mind. I don't have to have a timer who will show me. This always comes. Yes, I have 5 minutes to talk, 3 minutes of the things, 1 minute summary and 1 minute for QA. This is what always goes in my mind when I have time. 4, to motivate and encourage people around me. I could motivate and encourage all people, especially when I was able to talk to my non-active club members and encourage them to complete their pathway. And when I got to hear from them that they were able to improve their communication skills, I really felt the sense of motivational strategies pathway and what my learnings were from. And the most important one, to give humorous speeches. Just because at level 1, I tried some unique experiment with myself, I am now able to give humorous speeches. And now I am at a stage where to even my manager who is at work or to my husband who is boss of my house, I am able to tell something which they don't like, yet with a smile on their face. Yes. Now, as part of my Toastmaster journey, from my Pathways program, I got an opportunity to play club leader roles as well, which have been great learning for me. All these made me a better version of myself than what I was yesterday. Active listening and impromptu skills are the icing on the cake. So, my dear friends, I am at the junction to finish my current pathway motivational strategies. But I'm sure that my journey is not going to stop here. And there is next and new destination junction waiting for me to teach me something new and exciting so that I can become better version of what I am today. Toastmaster of the day, I am moving ahead for my next junction. What is your next junction?
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. Thank you very much. You are moving ahead to your next junction. My next junction is dinner at home. But a beautiful speech, I have heard few of those speeches. I've been a part of them and I know you personally. So I've enjoyed each and every speech of yours and I've enjoyed this equally. Moving ahead, the next speaker for today is Toastmaster Shrisha. Yes, nod of heads, please.
It is Aparna Prabhu Desai and Shirisha is the evaluator.
Oh my God, I need a bigger mobile. I'm so sorry. Need to tell this to my husband. Sorry. The next speaker for today is Toastmaster Aparna. I'm so sorry, Aparna. And she would be evaluated by Toastmaster Shrisha. I request Toastmaster Shrisha to please read out her speech objectives and the timings.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sonia. Good evening, everyone. Today, Toastmaster Aparna is going to deliver her level 5 project 2, prepare to speak professionally. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. Timer, please note the timing is 18 to 22 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Aparna. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Shrisha. Toastmaster Aparna, above and beyond, Toastmaster Aparna.
Check, check. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Thanks so much. So William Ernest Henley ended his poem Invictus with the lines, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. The poem Invictus, a Latin word that means unconquered, speaks about the mindset we have when we are faced with challenges. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the Day, veteran Toastmaster Sonia, and dear guests. Today, I invite you to walk with me on a journey above and beyond. What do we do when we are faced with difficulties? What do we do when we feel there is nowhere to go and that all is over? What do we do when life overwhelms us? A few years ago, I found myself in a similar place. Due to a medical condition, within a matter of months, from a normal life, I found myself facing a life in a wheelchair. I was being told by the doctors I would never be able to walk again. All the questions that I just asked everyone, about the difficulties, what do we do, life overwhelms, etc., were facing me. I thought I was in front of this high wall and that was the end of it all. After staring at that wall hard enough, I decided to be the master of my fate. Not avoid that wall or go around it. I decided to literally climb it. This is my journey to the top of the world. So what did she do? I see some of you wondering. I decided to prove the medical sciences wrong and set out a goal to climb Mount Everest, the highest point on earth. Tonight, I'm going to attempt to share with you this journey and share with you the goal that I set out. How would I go about doing that, I wondered, in terms of sharing it with all of you. And I thought, okay, let me share with you the mantra that worked for me. I call it my D3 mantra, like the vitamin D3. This is my vitamin D3. The first D is devotion. Now, what do I do when I say devotion? As devotion, the first thing we all need to do is set a goal, like I did for myself. For my future, 2017, I set that goal saying, I am going to scale Mount Everest. The year was set, what I wanted to do was set. But is it just enough to set a goal? Well, that's the first step. You need to know where you want to go. Otherwise, it doesn't matter which way you go. So for me, once I had said that, the first step after you've decided your goal is, it's like a sub A, the point that you need to identify your reality. I often say most of us dream, at least have small dreams. So I would say dream big. However, stay or do a reality check, which is critical. Understand where you're at. Where was I at? Never ever a sports person. I was in a wheelchair, being told I wouldn't walk. I was already over 43 years of age, the time when people tell you life is going to be over. I didn't have the financial backing, which I figured out would be involved in terms of climbing Everest. Nothing was working for me. However, I had decided I had bigger fish to fry. I wasn't going to just look at saying a small goal, just that little wall. I had set out big. I had set out that goal. And of course, having done that reality check meant I look at what do I do next. So I worked backwards. 2017 is what I set out that goal. In my present, which was 2013, I was giving myself 4 good years to be able to work for it. And with that came saying the next step after I'd identified my reality, because the reality also was I didn't know anything about Everest. Other than to know it was the highest point on earth, I didn't know anything else, which meant my next step, which is my D2, and that after the first devotion comes the second D, which is dedication. Now that dedication is that big chunk. The dedication starts with saying, do your homework. The dedication looks at creating passion. And you know the beautiful part about passion? I could hear it when Toastmaster Kalpana was speaking about what set her journey. All of us here as Toastmasters, the passion to want to communicate better, the passion to become better entrepreneurs, the passion that takes you from point A to point B. But that passion, why are we not saying, oh, I love this? Why am I saying I'm passionate? The passion, because that tells you what is the cost that I'm willing to pay to get to where I'm at. The passion that makes you realize that you need to figure out the gaps. And you can do that without, oh, why this? You go with that enthusiasm because now it's about passion. Another beautiful part about passion, once you look at one thing with passion, it engulfs everything that you do. So the fact that each of those points, I didn't know anything. So what do? I started reading. I got my hands on every possible material that I could look up about Everest. Once I was tracking back, I realized, okay, no sports, which means what do I start doing? The first and foremost was to get out of that wheelchair. That first step was because of that passion. Did it not hurt? Believe me, I can't even begin to describe the sort of pain. But that first step was what came with passion. Push back that wheelchair, just stood and said, this is going to be life going forward. From that first step came being able to start running. So my brother, incidentally, is a doctor, and he said, you know, if you're going to build muscle, you can't go to the gym. Look at running simply. There was a purpose why I decided to have my talk here today. You can see all those medals at the back there, right? It began in 2013. I took my step out of the wheelchair and my first 3-kilometer walk. First 3-kilometer walk and run as a runner, which is what I wanted to call myself. It was June of 2013 that I took that first step out. Never ever sports before. I didn't like it. As you can see me, and this is not just me dressed up because I'm going to be speaking today. This is just me dressed up. I keep saying I'm an out of season Christmas tree. I love to dress up all the time. And one of the reasons I didn't turn to sports was that, you know, sports made you kind of dirty. You got dust on you. Your hair looked all frayed. Your makeup wore off. And to me, it was critical. I know this is cliched, and that's what, you know, Toastmaster Sonia was talking about, pink and blue, but well, cliched or non-cliched, I'm a woman. It's important for me to look pretty all the time. I don't give a damn about what I'm doing. What's important is how do I look when I'm doing that? So that is the most critical as far as I'm concerned. So even when I took that first 3 kilometers, believe me, I'd spent money on a Nike shorts, on a t-shirt, on fancy shoes. I'm hobbling, but dressed up like that, all right? And that was not that effort, it was that passion. It was that dedication to that task that one looked at. It also meant a lot of hard work. Remember, I talked about not having enough finances, which meant I needed to work. As a professional, on days that began at 9 o'clock, and I wanted to put in at least 4 or 5 hours of training, my day would begin at 2 in the morning. And I'd get out of bed every day and at it. Walk, run, climb, save money, buy one thing of the gear. Walk, run, cycle, save money, buy another part of the gear. Putting it together step by step, building it on step by step. From a runner to a cross trainer as a cyclist, from a cyclist to my basic mountaineering course, from my basic mountaineering course to my advanced mountaineering course, steps by step for everything. And while I've been talking about Everest, let me tell you, it doesn't really matter. Each one of us, whatever is that goal, that step-by-step logical thought process is what is critical. That dedication comes to everything that you do. It never seems a burden for the simple reason that you're not going to jeopardize anything. It can't be at the cost of another thing. I can't get my sports glory at the cost of my profession. Can't happen. And then, of course, as a woman, there's family. In the Indian context, there is cooking. You know, you can't get by any of those. You can't say, okay, I'm going to hire a maid, let her bring the cook on. No, it doesn't work. Anything that I could save and scrounge, I didn't want the luxury of a maid who'd cook. And for me, I have elderly parents. I mean, come on, I'm 43. What do you expect my parents to be? I was also cooking for them, taking food for them, doing my own stuff, my own family, all of that. But just that piece that gets you across. And then that third D that we are talking about. The third D, discipline. So we started with devotion, we went on to dedication, and the third one, discipline. The resilience that it gives you to show up every day, no matter what. Sleep late because, well, I was talking to an American client the previous night. America, the day begins when India is willing to end their day, which means what? It doesn't allow me to tell them, oh, time doesn't work. So you sleep late, but you still get up in the morning, no matter what, day after day. And the beautiful part of all of this, and for me as a journey has been, it's impacted everything that I do. Before I started off on this journey, was I ever a sports person? No. Could I juggle so many balls in the air? No, I couldn't. But what I could do because of this was, I needed to fit timelines. It brought discipline to everything that I did. It brought passion to everything that I did. And it brought that dedication, devotion, and discipline to every single step that I took. The only thing that I saw was the mountain. Now, there are two words, if I talk about it from a Sanskrit perspective, there is Shraddha and Vishwas, faith and belief. Okay? All of us have the faith. We all believe, whichever, and maybe God, maybe universe, maybe any of those. We all have that. What sometimes we miss out on is the belief. When you go to a temple, fold your hands and stand there, or whatever is your prayer place. While you just stand there, that's a great thing. That is your faith. But when you start asking, that, my friends, is a misplaced belief. Because if you have the faith and you believed, you needn't ask. Because then things would happen for you the way they were meant to. I all along believed. I believed in the universe. I believed in the goodness of the people. I believed in the fact that the mountain would allow me to come up. I didn't for a minute doubt, what if I couldn't walk on that day? What if the weather failed? What if I can't get the money? What if? So many what ifs. None of those came in. All I saw myself was on top of that mountain, holding the Indian tricolor above my head with that passion of saying, I'd done it. And that was an image that kept going on. Some of you probably read that book, Secret. How I wish I was a writer. I would have written that book way earlier because, instead of a Rhonda Brown, you could have had an Aparna on the title perhaps. But I realized how beautifully what I wanted to share was something that someone had written. So it's not really a very fancy, my own discovered theory that I'm sharing with you. Right now, all that I'm attempting to share with you is that journey, that passion, that enthusiasm, that love for life that came through having looked at that wall that I thought I had hit. Coming back to that journey of the mountain, once I had started preparing myself, came all the possible struggles that could have come, of course. But before I knew it, 4 years had gone by. And in those 4 years, I had done stuff that I hadn't done in a lifetime. That people tell me, how did you manage all of this? Because I had, like I said, started walking and running. I went in to do my basic and advanced mountaineering course. 32,000 feet, where the airplanes fly, the highest point on earth, Mount Everest. You can't just go say, okay, I'm going to climb up. Though let me tell you, my runner friends would say that to me, because by then I was running 10 kilometers. They said, 10 kilometers, 8,848 is less than 10. And I'm saying, yeah, right, my friends, that is vertical. This one is on the road. It's just so much different, right? But that piece, when you set that out, the fact remained that I had by then done those. I had attempted and climbed a couple of 5,000 meter mountains. I had attempted and climbed a few 6,000ers. Then I climbed a 7,000er before I went to Everest. Dream big, my friends, but you can't leap. Baby steps, one step at a time, is the one that's going to take you there. There is no magic. How I wish I was, the fairy godmother, Cinderella's wand and the pumpkin became a chariot. It didn't. The wheelchair continued to be there. It didn't really go away. The casts stayed on. There are times, and I have pictures of them. In fact, some of you who are from Hyderabad would relate. I ran the Hyderabad marathon. I had one broken shin and a broken ankle. I had casts on my legs and I was still running, saying, I'm not giving up. I'm going to still run. And that was that journey. 2017 found me at the base of the mountain. Now, when I guess some of it is a congenital defect, okay? I mean, I can't take credit for it all. I have to blame my mother for some of it. I guess she dropped me as a baby. She doesn't admit to it. But some of that craziness comes from there, I think. Because there I was at the base of the mountain, having looked at everything which I could have possibly given up on. The luxury of sleeping long hours, the luxury of time spent with the family, the luxury of spending on anything that seemed extra. And yet I was falling short. But that was my question to you. As your passion, what are you willing to give up? My final backing for that money, and today I can say it with pride, then I wasn't sure I was doing the right thing. Finally, to put the money together, I sold my house. I got my money from there. Because, you never know, die on the mountain. I couldn't have left my children with alone, God forbid. I needed to make sure everything was taken care of, because that, as a role, can't be skipped either. I ensured that got taken care of. And there I was at the base of the mountain, asking the goddess to allow me to come up. When you dream like that, when you believe like that, everyone makes it possible. For me, truly enough, 2017, the date that I had set out, the goddess was kind enough to allow me to come up. I didn't take the easy way out, went from the north side, the tougher one. For those of you who are maybe aware, Nepal is the south side, Tibet is the north side. I went up from the north, becoming India's second woman to have scaled Everest. That journey that just became possible because one believed. Did it end there? Not really. Because going up for self was easy. In the mountains, we say that going up is easy, coming down is mandatory, right? And you have to be able to do that. But you don't come back and say, okay, now I can rest on those laurels. All those medals that you see back there, does that mean I stop working out? Does that mean I give up? No, I don't. You have to be able to give back. When you get to a point of what you have achieved or wanted to achieve, it's time that you give back. I've started a foundation where I work for persons with disability. and we look at creating inclusion through mainstream sports. It was my chance to give back to the universe that had given me so much in abundance. I'm hoping some of my journey has helped you realize that nothing is impossible. Each one of us, my friends, have our own Everest. For me, it was the mountain. For you, it could be just about anything. Get hold of your Everest. Do look at your 3 vitamins. Take them, the devotion, dedication, discipline, and I'm sure you can scale just about anything that you want to scale. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghu, for inviting me over and for giving me this opportunity to share a part of my journey. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great evening ahead.
Thank you very much. I must steal few moments from Toastmaster Day to just talk about this person. She's what you call the personification of just inspiration in true manner. I've just posted a story of her life that was pictured in a website and also on news. I mean, I'm overwhelmed today, Toastmaster Aparna. What a great story, 3 with 20. I hope everybody has to take away. Can we have a big round of applause? Please unmute yourself and just give a big round of applause.
Well done. Wow. Beautiful.
Okay. Can I take over, Raghu sir?
Yes, please.
Great. I attempted my IST speech last year, and there was a poem that I used in it, which said, never fail to take that little risks within. Doubts might keep you low at beginning, but it is worth the time. Just take that in. Unknown joys will appear as you sink in. Go beyond when they say you can't go far. Take that battle, you might win a war. As you take the flight of beliefs and define your own bar, you will realize that inside you, there is a North Star. And Toastmaster Aparna, you were a personification, as Raghu said, of this poem. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. It is I'm absolutely obliged. I'm absolutely motivated to wake up early in the morning tomorrow and shed some extra fat that I have. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You have a long way to go. Today at 52, I can confidently say that. All of us have a long way to go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. With this, we come to an end of our prepared speech section. May I please ask the timer about the timing report? Over to you, Toastmaster Namita.
Right, I'm sorry, the nearby industry was hooting its horn to tell its employees that their time is over, the shift is over. So yeah, both the speakers have qualified. So do you want a detailed report now or should I present it at the end of the meeting?
You can just give us the timings right now.
Right. So speaker 1, Toastmaster Kalpana, took 11 minutes and 6 seconds. And speaker 2, Toastmaster Aparna, took 20 minutes and 35 seconds. So that's about it. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Great. Thank you, Namita. Thank you for the voting. Both the speakers were equally great. One of them had her Everest she climbed as a Toastmaster, almost completing her level 2, and one who literally did that. So with permission of a presiding officer, I hope it is okay. We don't have a vote today for the best prepared speaker. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, that cuts down on my time to look at the agenda. I will share my screen again. Let me know once it is visible. Perfect. Okay, So we were at the question that said, when did these colors come into picture, right? As per historian Joe Paletti from the University of Maryland, the concept of associating colors to baby clothing wasn't in place until mid 19th century. An article titled Pink or Blue was published in a trade journal named Earnshaw Infants Department in 1918, which stated that the general accepted rule is pink for the boys and blue for the girls. The reason is that pink, being more deciding and strong color, is suitable for the boy, while blue, which is more dainty and delicate, is suitable for the girls. The baby fashion lexicon was introduced at this moment, but in the reverse way that we know today. In 1927, a magazine, Time magazine had a star chart that suggested some gender appropriate colors for the children. Departmental stores across US interpreted this as per their own choices and started reporting different color categories for each of them. Stores like Bestco and Marshall Field branded pink as boys' color, while others like Macy's and Bullock suggested pink for girls. This means that choosing colors strictly based on baby gender is a fairly recent phenomenon. This now leads to our last question. If this is the case, if there was a confusion in 1918, when did pink become a color for the girls and when did blue got assigned to boys? We'll come back to it after some time. Let us have our table topics right now. Our table topics master today is Toastmaster Nikhila.
Hi,
right? Good. Thank you, Nikhila. And I hand over this virtual stage to you. And I request everybody to stay back until the end to get to know the most exciting fact when this got associated. Over to you, Nikhila.
Nikhila, there's a lot of static noise behind you. You want to check that?
Sure. Is it fine now?
I think it has to do with your headphone.
Okay.
Can you remove that if possible?
Is it better now?
Yes, much better.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and our dear guests. I am Nikhila, and I am today's table topic master. This table topics master is an impromptu session conducted by Toastmasters, where we encourage our fellow Toastmasters and guests to participate there without any preparation about the given topic. It increases their creativity skills, listening, speaking, as well as their observation skills. The session allocated for this session is 1 to 2 minutes. The timer will show the green card at the completion of 1 minute. 1.5 at the completion of 1.5 minutes, he will show the yellow card, whereas red at the completion of 2 minutes. For each and every speaker, we will give a grace period of 30 seconds to think and start their speaking. Each speaker has to speak at least for 1 minute to get notified or to get qualified for the voting. And I encourage each and every speaker to use the word of the day, jeopardize, and the idiom of the day, have bigger fish to fry. And I also request all the members and guests to come voluntarily and participate in this session. And I request timer to take note of the timings of each and every speaker and share the details at the end, whether they are qualified for the voting or not. So please share your nominations, guests and fellow Toast members in the chat. Thank you.
Toastmaster Nikhila, we have Dhananjay nominating himself for the table topic.
Thank you, Kalpana. Hi, Dhananjay.
Hi.
Yeah, we have 1 to 10 numbers. We have total 10 topics. Which one you want to choose?
8.
8, okay. Okay, I think it will be difficult for you, I feel. Okay, you can try. Toastmaster Dhananjay, it's Mehendi. Mehendi, Toastmaster Dhananjay.
Mehendi.
I think it will be interesting, I feel.
Hope so. Yeah. Thank you table topic master for your topic. Even though it is new for me, I will try my level best. So Mehendi, I understand it is the one which usually ladies wear for any function. So my daughter is always fond of wearing Mehendi, and the first time I came to know about Mehendi is my one of my close relatives' marriage, in which I came to know about that. And at the same time, when I heard about the adverse effects of this Mehendi, I felt a little bit terrified with that. But later, when I saw many women wearing that, so I felt that okay, this is how it works. But in my childhood, when they wear the from the trees, that what you call gorintaku in Telugu, so that is far different from what they are wearing nowadays, because it is coming in liquid form completely. And now, since my daughter is regularly wearing this Mehendi, I somehow became habituated, and many times I am bringing it for her. And thank you for giving me such a topic to explore more about this. Thank you, and over to you, table topic master.
You're not audible, Toastmaster Nikhila.
Is it fine now, Kalpana?
Yes, perfect.
So I'm saying that he tried his level best, and it is very nice to hear about how he is so close to his daughter and bringing those mehendis, right? Yeah, thank you, Dhananjay. Thank you.
Toastmaster Nikhila, we have Nimita timer nominating herself.
Yeah, no, Namita. How much time he took? Namita, can you please share those details?
No. She wants to take the table topic. While Namita is taking the table topic, I'll be the timer.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Namita. Yeah. Which number you want to choose? Except 8 among 1 and 10. Among 1 and 10.
Except 8.
Yeah, 8 is already completed, right? Dhananjay have taken that number.
9.
Okay. It's pink pizza.
I'm sorry, what?
Pink pizza.
Pink pizza.
Yeah.
So thank you, Toastmaster. Continue.
Yeah, it's Toastmaster Namita, pink pizza, Toastmaster Namita. You can start.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhila. Now, pink pizza. I have never seen a pink pizza. All I can think of is rose petals on a pizza batter. Like, okay, pink is not a bad color. It's a very pleasant color if you use it not very judiciously. Every color should have their own role in it. But what pink pizza reminds me of is roses, of rose water, of pink rasgulla, and whatnot. But people say that pineapple should not be used on pizza. I don't know why they are so biased against a simple and good tropical fruit on something we really like. We are not pizza people. That is why we crave for it, right? Now, the point being, why this topic has been given to me, I'm still thinking, am I jeopardizing my table topic here? No, I'm not. I'm just trying to do my best. And again, I also have made pizzas, but they're not like the typical pizza you get in Domino's. I don't like Domino's. I mean, there are better pizza places there, and none of them have anything related to pink color on their toppings. all I've seen is red tomato or green capsicum or black olives, or sometimes white paneer or a brown chicken, but never ever anything pink. So any edible item that can be pink on a pizza, still I cannot recollect anything that can be on a pizza and that is pink. We have a fruit called chambakya in Kerala. It's pink apple. I think it is called pink apple itself. So yeah, maybe if somebody wants to make a fruit-based pizza, they can make a fruit salad on a pizza with chambakya, apple, banana, pineapple, and whatnot. So yeah, I would say like, thank you for the topic, Toastmaster Nikhila, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Namita. And I don't like pineapple at all. I'm against to that pineapple or pizza, and I just don't like that combination because pizza is something cheesy and all, whereas pineapple adds that sweet flavor. I'm completely against to it. I think I'm one among them who just advocates that no pineapple on the pizza. And it's really wonderful the way you shared your ideas about that pink pizza. Hope so in the future, maybe we will get some pink pizza to taste. Yeah, thank you, Namita. Thank you very much.
Toastmaster Nikhila, we have Toastmaster Suresh Kotipalli nomination as next speaker.
Sure. Hi, Suresh.
Hi, Nikhila. Am I audible?
Yeah. Can you please check your audio and video connections and whether you can see the timer cards? Can you please confirm?
Yes, I can see Namita, and I can listen to your voice as well.
Okay. Fine. So which number you want to choose except 8 and 9 among 1 and 10, Suresh?
Okay, 9 was mine, but she took already. My for 3, that is 3.
Your voice is breaking. I can't hear you.
Is it okay? My voice is okay?
Yeah, it's fine now. Thank you. So which number you want to choose, Suresh?
Number 3.
Okay, number 3. So Suresh, Toastmaster Suresh, a world without colors, Suresh. Thank you. Over to you, Suresh.
I cannot imagine, Nikhila, without color. I cannot imagine this world. The beauty which the nature and the God Almighty has kept an entire universe with different colors. Really, this is very interesting fact that God has given colors to the life and to the nature so that we can differentiate and we can enjoy the beauty of the nature. When you see the green, really you felt very happy and calm, serene and composed. When I see the sky blue, I like it very most because most of the shirts are in blue color, as Sonia is telling, man is for blue. Definitely these colors will bring some kind of emotion to our lives. In contrary, when you see the red, definitely you'll have some kind of negative thinking in your mind, as well as when you see pure white, which means no color, which is having no color at all, you feel something in your life. When you see black, this is some kind of emotion that we never expect in our life. So color is basically a emotion. Color is having emotion to our life. I cannot imagine life without colors, and I thank Almighty giving these colors, and we are able to the colors we can see with our naked eye. And also recently I am amazed with the technology. Whenever I'm watching any color with my naked eye, I see very few of them. But when I go through my mobile with ultra technology, high technology, really is amazing. The colors are very clear and very good. I want to conclude, without colors, I cannot imagine human life. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Table topic master, sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Suresh. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Let's welcome, anybody from guests who want to volunteer for the next speech. Giri, Subhadra.
We have Toastmaster Anto nominating himself for the table topic.
Yeah, hi, Anto.
Hi, Nikhila.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
so which one you want to choose among 1 to 10? 3, 8, 9 are completed.
I will choose number 7.
Okay, fine. So 1 second. So Anto, Toastmaster Anto, can you please check whether all your video, audio, and whether you are able to see the timer cards and all? Can you please confirm?
Yes, I can see the timer cards, and I hope that I am audible and visible as well.
Yeah, yes, perfectly fine. So Toastmaster Anto, colors and their psychological impact. Colors and their psychological impact, Toastmaster Anto. Yeah, you can start.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nicola. Colors have a profound impact on your sensory organs, especially on your sight, obviously. And one thing that I've observed in my recent trip to Darjeeling is that it's a very lush and green space. The sky is extremely blue. And it's very different from the hustle bustle gray and blacks that we see in Hyderabad if you're living, amongst different tall buildings. This has a very profound calming nature. And every time I travel, this is one thing that I generally seek, especially if I'm going on a big break. Now, Toastmaster Aparna, who has scaled mountains, would be able to relate with this. There is definitely going to be a sense of calm seeing white and blue. I suppose probably that's not the case. But some people have told me that is the case for them. At least one of my cousins who went to base camp told me this when he went to the base camp of Mount Everest. So I think colors do have a profound sense of a psychological impact. When I'm seeing the green card now, I'm feeling calm and composed. There's not even a worry in my mind as to what's going to happen next. But now, slowly and steadily, that color is going to change to yellow. Now I'm a little agitated. I see that, it's striking, it has caught my attention, and I am now alert. Some of the bright colors have this effect. And last but not the least, what you're going to see now is that the moment the timer Namita puts red, it tells me, it gives me that sense of urgency. Just like a traffic light, stop. Everything needs to stop. And that's why they use red for the stop sign. And as you can see, now I feel the need to stop. So now I hope you all have had an idea of the psychological impact of colors. It has a profound effect. And rightly put, it has a huge impact on your life. Over to you, table topic master.
It's amazing. It's beautiful how you related to the color timing cards, Anto. I just loved it. Yeah. Thank you very much. Can we welcome next guest, please?
Guest Martha wants to try, but she can't keep her video on due to poor bandwidth, but she can talk, I guess. Martha, do you want to unmute yourself?
Yes, please. I'm here.
Hi, Martha. Good evening.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. So which number you want to choose? 3 is over, 8, 9, 7. 7, 8, 9 are over. So which one you want to choose, Martha, among 1 and 10, except these?
9.
9 is over already.
Oh, okay. What's left?
Except 3, 7, 8, 9, everything is left.
Okay, so let me have 3. Let me have the available one.
Okay, okay. I can choose any. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 10.
4.
4. Okay, it's a good one. Can you please check whether your audio video connections and you're able to see the timing cards?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, good to go. Toastmaster Martha, you wake up in the morning to find out your hair is dyed with pink color. What will be your reaction? So you wake up in the morning to find out your hair is dyed with pink color. What will be your reaction? Toastmaster Martha, over to you.
Exactly.
My reaction will be shock. Definitely, I've never seen pink natural hair. But being adventurous by nature, I would rise to the occasion. I think I would find somewhere to go, like go to a dancing party or something, where I can show off my pink hair. And I would match that with a pink outfit, and I would really enjoy myself. I know there would be stares from people because this is an unusual color, but I would really make the most of it. And probably, you know how it is with social media, I would actually throw a picture on my statuses just for the fun of it. And then people would really see the new look that I have. I would make sure I enjoy myself, because I think that would just be a temporary thing. Probably it would have been caused by some chemical reaction in my body or something. So I would make it last. I would make fun of it while it lasts. Yeah, that's what I would do. Then afterwards, I would shave my hair and hope for the best that my natural color is back. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
You're going to shave it?
You can take one more table topic master. I would suggest our guest Satya Subhadra to take it up. Subhadra, can you take it up?
Yes, I'll try.
Is it possible for you to keep your video on?
No.
No
Thank you,
problem.
sir. Please go ahead. Nikila, you're muted.
Nikila, we are not able to hear you.
Is it fine now? Am I
Yes,
audible?
better.
Yes, it's better.
Yes.
Some network issues. Okay. Hi, Subhadra. Can you please check your audio video connections, and can you please confirm
My
whether you
audio
can?
is perfectly okay. I think you can hear me, aren't you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Okay, so which number you want to choose, Subhadra? The numbers left are 1, 2, 5, 6. Yeah, 1 to 5.
6.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Toastmaster Subhadra, if you can choose one color, if you have given the provision that you can paint whole Hyderabad with one color, which color you want to choose and why? So which color you want to choose and why? Toastmaster Subhadra, over to you.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Good evening to all of you. My choice would be beige color because it is pleasant to the eyes. If you notice that in the whole of India, Chandigarh is the only place where all the buildings are pink in color. And that is a mark of Chandigarh. In the same way, if we have the whole of Hyderabad in beige color, it would be really, really beautiful according to me.
And that beige color can have so many shades. Let us have like one place, Kukatpalli, for example. We'll have one shade of color. The entire Kukatpalli will be in one shade. And Begumpet will be in another shade of beige. And why do I want all these colors for Hyderabad in all these shades? Basically, if you go around Hyderabad and if you're looking at every building, it should be giving a light to your eyes, and it should not jeopardize your eyesight or your feelings, but it should give you a feeling of a beautiful feeling that it is really good, and you will feel happy, and also you will also make sure that everyone in Hyderabad is happy at the time. Hyderabad is the city of Nawabs and of course pearls. But I love pearls, and what I would love is mainly a beige color pearls, which are a bit expensive. I wear pearls all the time, and I would advise all the ladies over here in this meeting to go and buy pearls and decorate themselves. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Subhadra. It's very nice speech. Thank you very much.
One last call. Can Satya take the topic?
Sure, Raghu. Yeah. Hi, Satya. Can you hear me, Satya?
Yeah, I can hear.
Thank you. So can you please check your audio and video connections, and can you please check whether you can see timer? And confirm, please.
Okay, I can't see any timer here, but I
Timer.
don't know how to see the timer here.
Okay.
You just need to scroll to right on your mobile.
Okay.
And you will see the timer.
No, I am not getting.
Namita is there, right?
No problem. But Namita will
video.
No problem. Namita will message. She will send on chat. Okay, Satya, okay. You can go.
Okay.
Go and talk. Go for it.
So Satya, which number you want to choose? The numbers left are 1, 2, and yeah, they are only left 1 and 2.
I'm choosing number 1.
Okay, so Toastmaster Satya, rainbow, Toastmaster Satya. You can start now. Thank you.
Okay. I am talking about rainbow, right? In rainbows, 7 colors are there. when outside is rainy, we can see the rainbow on the sky. If I see the rainbow, I feel very happy, and my daughter also feel very happy. We will enjoy to see the rainbow, and in the rain, I like to see the rainbow colors, and I think 7 colors are there in rainbow. I forgot it. And if I see the rainbow, I and my children will play outside, and Okay, next
Timer
week
can-
I will try to speak.
Good try, Satya. Good try. Well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I think there is one more nomination, Raghu. Can we give him a try? Hello, am I audible?
May go ahead.
Am I audible, Durga? Can you hear me?
Yes, Nikita, you are audible.
Thank you. So can you please check your audio video connections and whether you are able to see the time cards properly?
I cannot, Nikita. Nikhila, I cannot. It's not, they are not visible on my screen.
I guess you're on mobile. So yeah, Namita will send a message on chat. You can use that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So there is only one topic left, Durga. So Toastmaster Durga, black and white photo, Toastmaster Durga. You can continue. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Black and white photo. Yes, it is a memory to many people. It creates so many memories, pains, gains, a lot. Even though this generation feels that black and white is these people don't know what is it is, and they are trying to replicate the same pictures like us. But as I can feel strongly that the beauty in black and white cannot bought in the colorful pictures nowadays. Even if I'm not wrong, my favorite combination is black and white. So that attraction will be there always in black and white, and black and white pictures carries its tradition, its values, its culture, whatnot. Many a times it carries something like the effort, whatever people tried, even though technology, softwares, nothing are available at that time also. What the effort they have initiated, the first step matters in every learnings, right? So the first step, how our elders have initiated and how they try to capture their memories, which should be carried out to the coming generations. That is what black and white photo. Ultimately, I should always say that black and white is the gold is gold. Gold is gold. In that way, in the form of gold is gold, yes, black and white is always a memorable one. It should be carried on. It should be there. Black and white photo should be carried in every home. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Durga. Even I can, when I see my parents' pictures and all, yes, I feel the same. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone, each and everyone who participated in this session and made it very fruitful. Timer, can you please let us know if you all speakers are qualified for the voting? Thank you.
Right, all speakers are qualified.
Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sonia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhila. After this very colorful table topics, give me a minute. Okay, so we had all the colors. We didn't have color red. My husband is getting red here. Okay, after such a colorful table topics, the voting lines are up. We have started voting also. We'll quickly continue with that theme and let us uncover the mystery behind the pink and blue. I am sharing my screen. Okay, so we were on this slide wherein we realized that when Times Magazine gave out a poll about colors and how each and every general stores or each and every store in US interpreted it by their own, and that is how all the confusion started, like which color to go for boys, which color to go for girls. Valerie Steele, the director of museum at FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, believes that the acquisition of two 18th century paintings, the Blue Boy, that depicted a boy dressed in blue, and Pinky, that portrayed a girl in pink by American millionaire Henry Huntington, started turning the wheels in favor of our recent beliefs. Huntington's purchase was so widely publicized in American press that people started thinking that from hundreds of years, blue has been the color for boys and pink has been the color for girls and not the other way around. Manufacturers took advantage of this and started manufacturing clothes that coordinated with this publicity. There are ad campaigns and even dedicated an entire section of the store to distinguish between the boys and the girls in accordance to the public emotions with these colors at that time. Eventually, the gender codes that we know today came in place and have been there from so many years. The distinction has become such a tradition for dressing up our kids that it's often tough to find anything other than these two basic colors for our kids. It is not, this distinction is not only restricted to clothes, but it has also passed on to other items in the baby domain or the kids domain, like baby carts, decorators, diapers, as well as furniture. There's no direct logic of these being associated to a feminine or a masculine qualities, but a mere reminder that what can be achieved via advertisement. Whenever I hear the nursery rhyme, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are," is not just music to ears, but it is a question that all the parents today have while designing the nursery room for their new kids. With this, I hand over the control to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Norma, to take the session further.
Thank you very much, and good evening once again. What an awesome meeting. Absolutely enjoyed myself. Before I go on to my general evaluation, like I said earlier on, I'm not working by myself. I have a tag team. I have a support structure. So I'll start off with the evaluation of our first speech. Our first evaluator was Anto. Anto, can you come up on the virtual podium and give your evaluation?
Thank you, General Evaluator Noma, for calling me up to the virtual podium. Here I am, and let's get on with the evaluation of speaker number one. Let's join our hands in congratulating Toastmaster Kalpana on doing a speech that is 10 to 12 minutes. Definitely, as a Toastmaster, you're used to the normal format of 5 to 7 minutes. So it takes a little extra something to go 10 to 12 minutes. I'm sure Kalpana knows about it. The things that I really liked about Toastmaster Kalpana's speech is that I've been listening to Toastmaster Kalpana time and again, and what I love is that she knows how to open and close her speeches really well. She has the ability to throw in subtle uses of humor, like the time when she talked about the different cards flashing in her head. And the thing that I like the most about Toastmaster Kalpana is that you can understand that there is authenticity in the examples that she uses. She's taking everything from her own experiences. Definitely the speech is about reflecting on your path. There's no other shortcut other than to reflect, but it was done sincerely and it came out to be authentic. Now, I understand that we are all here for improvement, and let me get on to some of the suggestions and observations that I've observed. Number one, I observed that there was definitely a structure to this speech, and you used the chronological structure. That was good. Although I realized that there was a lot of information that you had shared. Now, here is a quick capsule in which you can probably use to improve your speech. So, one, simplify. I think probably the structure could be simplified to key 3 points. Now, whether you want to use the chronological structure, that's up to you. But what I would suggest is structure around the takeaways, because this is reflections on your growth. There's a lot of takeaways that you can share with the audience. To structure it, you can talk about A, humor, B, knowing audiences. And then what you can do is use the problem solution method. Talk more about the problem. Talk about how humor was difficult, how nobody laughed. And then, once you got better at it, people laughed. So I think simplify is the first thing. Second part is amplify. Use a problem solution method and amplify each and every point that you mentioned. The third is pacify. Pacify your need for speed. I felt that you were going a little too fast. So use pauses, use breaks, ask questions to the audience. I believe that although this is a 10-minute speech, you have the opportunity to use ample amount of questions to connect with the audience. And I think that would take your authentic, feedback or things that you shared in this speech much, much more better. Now, to summarize, I feel your authentic self is coming out in every speech. Simplify, amplify the takeaways, and pacify your speed to give an awesome speech in your next attempt. Over to you, GE Norma.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anto, for that great evaluation. Toastmaster Kalpana, I love the authenticity. But to take yourself to the next level, simplify, amplify, and pacify. Thank you very much for that great evaluation. My next evaluator is Toastmaster Sirish. Toastmaster Sirish will be evaluating Toastmaster Apana's speech. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Sirisha.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. William Henley's quote. I loved it. With that, you grabbed everybody's attention, Toastmaster Aparna. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Aparna's speech into 3 parts. What are the areas she excelled at? What can be improved in her speech, and the conclusion? As I said, Toastmaster Aparna, a great opening. You grabbed everybody's attention, especially when you said you decided to prove medical sciences wrong. I was mesmerized. I was waiting to see what actually she did to prove medical science is wrong. And you never disappointed me. You explained about 3 Ds, dedication, devotion, dedication and discipline. And you also explained your passion and what you have sacrificed to achieve your goal, and how you giving back to the society. And I felt you definitely motivated everybody with your personal story, and it touched me personally. And I was with you for all the 21 minutes, and I felt it was a power-packed session. Coming to the next aspect, you smiled throughout your speech, and you used hand gestures, body language, and you are very clear and confident when you are explaining, especially about your passion. And I loved it when you said, I dressed like this every day. I loved it. And importantly, you have a call to action in your speech. Nothing is impossible. And you left us with a great message today. Thank you and kudos on that. I tried my best to give you some improvements to elevate your speech and take this to next level. The first one is, during the beginning, you asked 3 questions. And you could have given pause for 5 minutes to digest and understand those questions for the audience. And the second one is, You have explained us what are the challenges you faced and with your discipline, how you avoided all those. You could have included the challenges you faced on the job. That means when you are climbing the Everest, could have given me 360 view of your story. Today, I have learned how 3Ds are going to help all of us to achieve all our goals. And to conclude my evaluation, great opening, great body language, great smile, you are confident throughout your speech, including few pauses and giving us, explaining the challenges on the job would have taken the speech to next level. And all the best to your speeches, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much for that great evaluation. I really understand what Toastmaster Sirish is saying, that I had to look for a way to say, how can Toastmaster Aparna elevate her speech? Because her speech was absolutely amazing, and we were online with all our ears for the 21 minutes. Great evaluation, Sirisha. Thank you so much for that great evaluation. Coming up next is our timers report. I know she had given us the time. Did she give us the timers report earlier? Oh, it's been shared.
Yeah, for the speeches and table topic, I just said that they qualified. For speakers, I gave their timings. Overall report, I have yet to present.
Okay, so it has been shared.
No,
and
you can share, Namita, you can share the report right now.
Namita, kindly share the report.
Right, thank you so much, Professor Doma. Let me just share my screen. Can you just enable sharing for me? It is still disabled. Yeah.
You can try now.
Right. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Doma, and thank you for making me the host. Let me share my screen. So we started DOT at 7 PM IST, and before that we were socializing. And then Toastmaster Indra, the Sergeant at Arms, presented her opening. Then Toastmaster Kalpana, Sonia, and Noma went on to perform their roles. Then the tag team introduced themselves. Then GE handed over it again to Toastmaster of the day. And Toastmaster of the day talked about the theme for 3 minutes, 9 seconds. She introduced the general evaluator Toastmaster Anto spoke about the speech and speaker. Then Toastmaster Kalpana gave a speech for 11 minutes, 6 seconds. Toastmaster Sonia again introduced the evaluator 2, Toastmaster Shisha, and she gave the objectives of the upcoming speech. Toastmaster Aparna spoke for 20 minutes, 35 seconds. And I gave my timers report. Then Toastmaster of the day called for the polls. We voted and continued with the theme, introduced a table topics master. Our very brilliant table topics master, Toastmaster Nikhila, she gave really interesting topics and each speaker qualified. And that ended with Toastmaster of the day calling for the timers report. And then again, Toastmaster of the day continued with the theme, and the general evaluator was called upon. Toastmaster Noma introduced us to the speech evaluators, and they gave the evaluation. And now we are at the timers report. Over to you, Toastmaster Noma. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that great timers report. Well done, Toastmaster Namita. Next, we'll get our reports from our counter, Toastmaster Indira. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correct.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I will share my account as shared. Yeah, it's visible. Yeah, and Kalpana had but 2 words and 5 well one, and Sonia had 8 hours, so use the word 2, so like 1 but 3, okay 1, actually word and 1, and Raghu has 1 and 1 year, and Noma had no filler words, and Anto 4 hours had used the word and 6 times, and well 1 time. Sirisha had 1 time her, actually 1 time and 8 times used word. Aparna had used words 1 time but 4 times, okay 1 time, I mean 1 time and 10 times. Namita 1 time horse, so 4 times, like 2 times and 3 times. And Nikhila had 14 hours, 1, and so 4 times, and okay 2 times and 5 times, yeah 5 times. And Satya has had 6 hours and 1 and used word 4 times. And Suresh had hours 1 time, use the word 1, so 1 time but 1 time and 2 times and well 1 time. And Subhadra has used the word but 1 time, basically 1 time and 5 times. And Durga has had 3 hours, used the word so 2 times, like 1 time and 5 and 1 time. And Dhananjaya had horse 3 times, and so 1 time, like 1 time and 4 times. Martha used the word so 1 time, like 1 time, 1 time, actually 1 time, and yeah 1 time. And that's all from me. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. I love the detail in this club. I absolutely love the way everything is captured on Excel. Thank you very much. Well done on that, Toastmaster Indira. Coming up next is our grammarian, our word master grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Manasa.
Yeah. Noma, Toastmaster Noma used the word of the day once. And yeah, one of the Toastmasters used up to word. It like we can also replace it with till. And then one of the Toastmasters used one of the learning. And we can also, like, the actual word is one of the learnings. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Manasa. I'd like to encourage us to use the word of the day. Thank you very much. Coming up next, I will give my general evaluation. First and foremost, thank you so much, Raju, for the invitation. I absolutely enjoyed attending this great meeting. What I liked most about this meeting, it was colorful. There was a blend of the pink and a blend of the blue. I know we've dissected today, the Toastmaster of the day did a brilliant job dissecting those two colors, but I could feel the presence of the calmness in the powerful pinks and the calmness and the serenity of the blues. Well done, Madam Toastmaster, for the beautiful theme in taking us through. I learned a lot, and I look forward to taking these lessons, and I look forward to the end of the whole story about the colors. The meeting room opened on time, and all roles were explained. Everyone was renamed, the speaker was renamed. It made it easier for myself as a general evaluator. I knew who was speaking first, I knew who was evaluating. Well done on that. I also absolutely enjoyed the way you give your reports at the end. Absolutely amazing. I have never seen anything like this. Well done, leaders. As for the speeches, I don't know what sign we use here. Absolutely phenomenal. I look forward to all of you joining us here in Zoom to give us those great speeches. They were life-changing. And I look forward to meeting you at other meetings. Well done. They were just above and beyond, as Sonia has said. Well done, leaders. Well done, team. How do we take our meeting to the next level? It is said that evaluation is the breakfast for champions. And just yesterday, I also got to learn that evaluation is actually fuel for those who want to go far. How many of us want to take our Toastmasters life to the next level? Just show by raising your hand. So if we want to take our life to the next level, then evaluation is the only way we can take our life to the next level. Areas of improvement. Like I've said, great meeting, great speeches, great evaluations. But how do we take ourselves to the next level? I feel we should have perhaps, looking at the flyer, I think it is beautiful, it is colorful. I'm one person that feel that a flyer speaks to me, your poster, your invitation. Today we had such great speeches, 12 minutes and 25-minute speeches about world-changing topics. I would have loved for us to have included part of what the speakers were going to talk about, would have included it, infused it into our theme. Perhaps we could have called it Color Your World with the Amazing Dreams, or Color Your World with Imagination, or Color Your World as you soar higher in your Toastmasters journey. Such strong topics would have filled up the room. I sent out the flyer to my friends and they looked at the flyer, they loved it, but I'm definitely sure if we had called it Color Our World, brought in the theme and infused what those great speeches were about, the room would have been full house. Having said that, I absolutely enjoyed your meeting. I loved everything. I love the way the Toastmaster of the day, I cannot wait to hear the end of this great story about colors. Having said that, I look forward to attending more of your meetings, and I look forward to a full house, and I look forward to more of you renewing. We are in renewals. Let's renew our membership and let's take this Toastmasters journey to our next level, be it in our professional life or even in our entrepreneur life. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noma. Thank you very much. The way you speak so much from the heart actually touches our heart. I like that. I'm loving that. I'll try to inculcate that in my speeches and in my behavior. To end this meeting, I would just like to say and add, with Noma's permission, the statement that she used, color your world. I would just like to say, color your world, but wear your true colors. Do not run after the popular choice. The choices are bound to change someday, leaving you with no color of your own. Be unique, be you, stand out, shine, and be colorful. With that, I now hand over the control to our presiding officer for the day, Toastmaster Kalpana. Over to you, Kalpana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sonia. Now everybody will understand why I was calling you a veteran Toastmaster, because I know that you carry that aura with you and you can definitely make the meeting a mesmerizing one. Thanks once again for that. May I request Zoom Master to please share the results of table topic segment?
Yes. Best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Anto. Just wanted to announce something as a VP education of the club, that both the speech evaluator and speakers did a great job, and all the role players. I will be sending the appreciation certificate over WhatsApp to all of you. I met Toastmaster Noma in one of the club I went in Madagascar. I was under the impression that she was from Madagascar till the day that I asked for her to do a role here. I knew that she was from Zimbabwe. She had so much aura and all that, what you call the energy, that I had to borrow that energy from my own club. And I borrowed here and she came here. Thank you, Noma, for joining. And Aparna is another, we have been discussing this for almost 2 months now. And now we have the inspiration. So we have two great people in the meeting, borrowed from other clubs, but then yes, today they are our clubs.
Thank you, Raghu, for that words. So with this, I would like to move ahead and take feedback from our guest today. May I request guest Satya to please share your feedback? Satya? Okay. Meanwhile, Satya is coming back. I will request the visiting Toastmaster Subhadra to please share the feedback.
Thank you very much. It was a really interesting meeting because I'm seeing for the first time speeches from advanced levels, and that was something which I'm going to take away, and I'm going to think about how I'll be doing it in my pathways education. Thank you very much. It was really entertaining and educative also.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Subhadra. May I request Toastmaster Durga Hari to please share her feedback? Durga, are you there?
Yeah, Kalpana. Yes. Hi. So what to share? Yes, eagerly I'm waiting to participate these sessions from many days. Even Raju Garu is also calling me to join, asking me to join. I could not able to join. Always, as always, your session is very good and your club meetings are very good. I can learn much more things from you. Yes, much more interactions, much more communication skills. It will be there. I'm confident enough. I'm going to learn something from your meeting. But I could not join every meeting. That's my issue. That's it. Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll get to see you more often, Durga.
I need to. Yeah.
Yes. Now, I would request Toastmaster Noma to please share her opinion on the meeting, apart from her general evaluator segment.
Sorry, I missed something. I missed it.
I was saying you gave a general evaluation, but still I would like to listen to you on our meeting.
Okay. Thank you very much. I absolutely enjoyed everything. I love the way everything was done with excellence. Evaluations, speeches, meeting rooms. Keep it up, Toastmasters. Let's take this to a next level. Well done. I look forward to attending more meetings. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think Toastmaster Sirisha was one more evaluator. She's there. Okay. I could not take her. Thank you, Sirisha, for your feedback. May I request Toastmaster Aparna, please? I'm really motivated by your speech, but would like to listen your feedback on our meeting today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. And once again, thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghu, for patiently following up. I think that was one, because somehow days were just so difficult with whatever is happening at work. But thank you for following up and inviting me here. I would love to be a part of some more meetings in the future. And if next time that you are looking for a grammarian, do let me know. If you're looking for a general evaluator, do let me know. I would love to be a part of this meeting. I love the enthusiasm that all of you seem to have shared. And of course, a secret that I'm going to let you into. Toastmaster Raghu has one of the most amazing smiles I have seen on someone. You know, it's so endearing. You can't possibly turn down this man. I think it's that. And I'm sure he gets a lot of his way in life through that smile of his. So thank you once again, everybody. Fantastic speaking there. Toastmaster Kalpana, I've already shared with you on personal chat, but truly loved that beautiful order that you went through. I think a lot for me to learn, even from Toastmaster Anto, the ease of an evaluator. I think that's a journey that I'd like to get hold of also, because as Toastmaster Noma rightly said, evaluation is that breakfast that helps us go forward. So looking for that fuel and learning from each one of you. Thank you all again, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aparna. We would definitely love to see you, and we'll add you to our guest group as well. May I request timer Namita to please share your feedback?
I would say I really enjoyed this meeting. I mean, it was just random text on a WhatsApp group, and I thought, okay, fine, timer role is available. I'll try for it. I've done it at least 3 times before. I might be able to handle it, but oh my God, mind-blowing meeting. The variety of people, the diversity they are from, the challenges they have overcome, like Toastmaster Aparna, still I'm your fan. Thank you for that. And it was so informative. One of the reasons I joined Toastmasters Meet is because I want to improve my communication skills, because I do tend to overspeak and overshoot the time. Even in office, when somebody asks critical work, I give all the related information and the most important information in the end. That is one of the reasons why I always try table topics. So yeah, this meet, it is really a treat and I treasure it. That is why I took even screenshots. I hope I can post it on my WhatsApp status. So yeah, I really enjoyed it and I look forward to being in this club's meeting more. Thank you.
That's really encouraging and motivating to listen so many good things from all of you. Before I go to my club members, I want to let you all know that Toastmaster Anto is representing our club at area level, which is going to happen on next Sunday, 10th of October morning 9:30, and Toastmaster Suresh Kotipalli is going to represent our club at humorous speech contest at area level, and I wholeheartedly from whole of the club members wish you both all the best and let you get the best. I really wish you do your best. I wanted all club members to join the area contest and encourage our participants. With this, I would like to now call upon our club members to please share your feedback. Anto, Nikhila, I think you played your TM role for the first time. How was it? And Madam AD, I'm coming back to you. Please give me a moment. Maybe Zoom Master, can we stop our recording?